Welcome to MuleSoft Core Concepts Video 5, Filtering Invalid Requests. In previous videos, we saw how the Mule message may be read including header properties and how those properties can be used. In that case, it was a simple logger. We introduced the Mule message, but we also saw an exception caused by an invalid request. In this video, we'll see how to filter out those invalid requests using a filter. There are many types of filters available in Mule. The most common built-in filters are Wildcard filters. Filter on predefined wildcard strings within the payload. Payload type. We're going to filter on the Java object type of the filter. A message property filter uses the key value pairs of message properties instead of a payload. An expression filter, which is a custom expression that returns a true-false Boolean value. And custom filters, custom Java POJOs that return a Boolean value. There are also a set of logical operators, such as AND, or not, that allow us to chain filters together to check for multiple operations. These logical operators can be nested together to get any complexity of operation the user chooses. Editing the previous example with a component and a message property logger and add a filter to the flow. From the filter drawer, drag the wildcard filter from the palette to the canvas between the existing HTTP endpoint and the logger. Next, double-click the new filter to edit its properties. In their pattern field, enter the following text: star, question mark, name equal, star. Can you guess what this might do? This is a wildcard filter that looks at the payload string. It will pass the payload if there is a question mark, name equal somewhere in the payload. Let's run the program and see the results in the browser. Bring up the browser, enter in the address localhost:8082/name equals Ross. You'll see the same kind of result that you saw in the last example. The logger will say hello to Ross, and you'll see a payload pass through. Now let's change the HTTP request to something else. Change the name from the call and see what happens. You should get nothing back to the browser, as the filter has not accepted the request. There should also be no exceptions showing up in the console window. Let's go check. Go back to Mule Studio and inspect the logs. The logger should have picked up the name equals Ross and displayed hello Ross. There are no exceptions because the filter didn't allow the invalid requests to go through to the logger element. So, now you've seen some basic filter functionality and have seen how to filter out invalid requests and increase the robustness of your code. Thanks for watching, and thanks for using Mule.